Have you ever had the most beautiful rusty crusty piece, but you weren't quite sure how to work it into your home decor? Or just this old toolbox that just happens to be laying around and you want to give it a makeover? Follow me today for two amazing and completely different transformations. One doesn't even use paint. For project number one, we are taking an old toolbox I recently thrifted, and we're going to go ahead and take Walk on Water, which is a DIY paint, one of their new ones, and it is clay based. And we're going to give this 2 good coats of this paint, let it dry thoroughly, and then we will go in and give it a top coat of Big Top. Now, this paint is clay based and so amazing, and it goes onto pretty much any surface, and you can see it goes on here really well, and I get really great coverage even with this very first coat. And I'm doing the bottom as well as all the other parts. I'm not painting the inside of this piece as of yet. I have it finished. You guys hang out to the very end and see those pictures and let me know if you think I should paint the inside. This particular color, Walk on Water, was part of the latest clay-based DIY paint release, and I love it. It is a great shade of teal and goes with so many of our Iron Orchid designs, which we will indeed be putting on here today. While I finish this step, let me introduce myself. My name is Sandra, and I'm the owner here at Midwest Charm. I specialize in repurposed, upcycled vintage home decor, as well as all of your DIY needs. I carry Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, Debbie's Design Diary DIY paint. I carry Roy Cycled Treasures, Iron Orchid Designs, Connie Lines and Designs, and more. You can find us on all socials, which are linked below, as well as our website, www.midwestcharm.co. Our email is below too if you want to reach out about any of the projects you see today or if you have questions. And I also make a list of all of the products that I use in my videos. So you can find that linked below as well. And like I said before, we do go ahead and put 2 coats on here. And then we do seal this up with a coat of Big Top. We are going to let this dry very thoroughly. This actually dried for like 2 days before I went in with a transfer. Picking out a transfer is always one of the hardest parts for me because I have so many of them that I absolutely love. And I was digging through my transfers. I'd really love to start using up a bunch of these, and I pulled out Malat's pages. And this is like encyclopedia pages with the little specimen numbers and the little details down below. I'm going to go ahead and cut off part of the backing paper so that I can place this around all the bends and hardware and whatnot. And then I'm going to take the little transfer tool and start rubbing this and applying the little bugs. And so what you do with this is you obviously peel off your backer, and then you're going to use this tool to go ahead and rub along and peel up that top layer of plastic as you go along. Now, I will admit this transfer was a little bit harder to work with on this metal, and I'm not entirely certain why, because I did the mushrooms after this from the same thing and I didn't have any problem with it. Those were on wood, not on metal, and maybe that was the issue today. I'm not entirely certain. It just took me a lot longer than it normally does to apply this, and you can see me kind of trying to lift and make sure I didn't want to rub too hard because I didn't want it to pull the paint up off of that metal. So I just take my time and go through and apply each of these little bugs and the wording. So I'm just gonna work around this up into that hinge. I tried to apply it over the hinge. It didn't really work very well. So then on the next side, I did skip applying it to the hinge and just worked from the bottom to the hinge and then the top of the hinge to the top. And I do cut around where the handle is and the hole for the handle. You'll see that once I have it finished, and actually maybe in the next shots here, where once it's all applied, I do go ahead and coat this with a good coat of Big Top on top of these transfers. Now, I did have some of these little bugs that did not apply and pulled up some of the paint. And you know what? I just went with it because it's already had a distressed look to it, and I wanted it to have a distressed look anyways. And I already had some distressing on there, so I just played with that. I left those missing chunks off, and it actually looks really neat. I actually like the vibe you get from it. Now, this piece can be styled up so many ways. I know y'all are thinking, but why? Well, one, you can give this to any little boy, teenager even, for their personal belongings or tools or whatever. Or I could see this being made into a planter, holding some rolling pins, just a slew of different things. I think these are so fun to work with. Um, After I get the Big Top applied, we're just going to let this dry. And you guys stick through to the very end so you can see both of today's projects finished and ready to go. I'm sure you all have seen the toolboxes that are bigger than this one that have the tote inside of it. Well, I happened to find just a tote at a yard sale for $1. So I scooped that thing right up. I scrubbed it and got off any of the flaking paint and then decided to seal it in with some shellac so that it seals in all the chippiness and all of the rust that is on the inside. And I debated and debated and debated what to do with it. And as you can see here, I am going through I believe this one is Etiquettes. This was released, oh gosh, maybe almost a year now, but I haven't used it a whole lot and decided that I was not going to paint this piece, and it's black. So we are going to put this gold onto this rusty, crusty, chippy black tote, and we're going to make this into an amazing little like centerpiece. I don't even know. It would look great on a shelf as well with some books stacked in it, and using the handle I had to keep them upright. It would be cute with candles, plants, the works. You guys, this has so many possibilities. So I found some transfer parts that I really liked, and I am cutting them all out here. I'm not only using those long pieces, but I'm going to cut out some of the wording and script that is in this as well. So the long pieces are going to go on each side, and there's like a little divot. So I apply that part first. You guys, these are very much like regular transfers. You're going to place this down, and normally I would tell you not to use the corner of your transfer stick because that corner tends to rub off some of that extra gold that you might not want off. However, with that little divot in here, I did go in with the corner of my stick. But then if you see, I go down and start at one end and I peel up a little bit. And then I use my transfer tool to rub and then kind of pull right behind it. And it lays down perfectly. Perfectly. And then I do go in after I get all of my transfers applied, and I do go in with a coat of, what did I use? I did not use Big Top this go round. I used our liquid patina instead. I didn't want to add any more shine than what the shellac already gave it, so I did go in with that. It still kept our gold pieces super shiny and pretty, and it just gave the rest of this piece a nice matte feel to it. So you can see I'm just lifting that as I'm going along. you just kind of apply the tool like right where the transfer part is, and you can see when you miss a piece just like you do with the other, and you lay it back down, you rub it, and then just keep going. And then instead of using the backer to burnish this, I just use my fingers. I don't want to have that backer pull up any of the gold flecking. And I'm just smoothing that down, and then we're gonna do the other side the same exact way. Peel off that backer. We're gonna place our piece down. We're gonna smooth it. And then I'm gonna go into that little divot and use the corner to apply down the pieces that are in that and on the other side of it. And then I'm gonna go on to the one end, pull that up very gently, and start rubbing down the rest of the transfer with my stick. Again, you guys, this is very easy. People are really afraid to use these gold ones, and they're not hard at all. You just go in light hand, just some patience. Once you start working with them, especially if you start small, you'll get the feel of it right away, I think. And then just take your time and move through it slowly. Use your fingers for burnishing. There's other great tips out there too, but these ones are actually so beautiful and so worth it. I do believe I have some of these in stock still, so they will be linked below. Now here's where I take those little pieces of wording and script, and I'm actually going to apply them to the handle. So we are just going to randomly apply them, and we will get just some visual interest on there. And I have no rhyme or reason. I'm just sticking a piece down and applying it. And some, like that little tab there, just had a few little bits on there, and I made sure to get those down. And this is really hard to hold it still for you guys. I should have used my nifty little tool I had been gifted, but I'm just going to go through and apply these. And you do see me at some points using my thumbnail to rub it down instead of the stick, just because it was easier for me to hold it up for you. And then we're just going to keep applying these till I have them all on. And once I do, I decided that, you know what, I want something on these ends too. So that if you have this and you're using it more for a storage piece and you have the end sticking out, you do have an option to have some of that gold blingy on there as well. So I do end up going back in and doing that. But you guys, look at how cool this is. It just looks like it's been worn and rubbed down, and with that rust and the chippiness, I really think this turned out great, and I'm really glad I decided to pull out the gold transfers for this piece. Can you believe I did this flip with zero paint? That is so unlike me, but this is so beautiful, and I honestly can see this being used as a centerpiece on a table with candles in it, or plants, or succulents, or there's so many options. Here we are pulling this back out to find some pieces to put on our ends, and there's lots of different sizes, as you can see here. Lots of extra script that you can pull out and use in your pieces. This one is like the gift that keeps giving. There's so many little pieces of advertising and little embellishments you can add. It's so beautiful. So I pick out two, and they are different shapes, but the frames are very similar on them. And then I'm just gonna take them and put them on each end of our piece as soon as I move the rest of this transfer out of the way. And then again, just peel off that backer, apply your piece. I worked really hard to get this in screen and, kind of cropping it and whatnot so you guys can see it. There is also some bends on here, so the handle like sticks out a little bit, so I had to work around that, and which was not the easiest, but I did get it all laid down nice and flat, and I think it turned out great. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of today's flips. They are both definitely very different outcomes, very different from my norm. Normally, I don't use bugs, and normally I paint. I just couldn't decide what color this needed to be, and I decided I really liked the chippiness, and I really wanted that rust to still pop through. Let me know what you think and if you would have done it different, and then hang out to the very end to see these two beautiful pieces all styled up and looking their best. So what did you think? I can totally see that toolbox, like with some pansies planted in it, or the black tote with some candles and made into a centerpiece. Oh, it would be beautiful. I just want to thank you all for watching today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. It helps me out a ton. Same with that little thumbs up. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.